Hello, Ombute Devi here, and a shout out to my heart family. This is the last day of 2024. So we're going into a new year, at least with this calendar, this common calendar, Western calendar. It depends on where you're from and what culture you're from and what religion, and there's so many different New Year's, are celebrated in different times. So this is the Western calendar, so we're having in the new year now. In the ancient calendars, there were actually 13 months of the year, so it was a little bit different. But the point is that there's a big emphasis on an ending and a beginning. And a lot of us are sort of conditioned to put some resolutions in place and have some goals for our next year. And there's sort of a pressure to like, hey, I am going to do XYZ, or I'm going to, set these goals and be a better version of myself, or I'm going to change my diet and get better, or I'm going to go to the gym and get, these things are good, but it's interesting how we put so much pressure during this particular time a year when we're supposed to be in hibernation and we're supposed to be easing into, really a place of rejuvenation here, where we're restoring ourselves, because we're in the middle of the winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. So my offering here today for my heart family is that, wouldn't it be nice to not have that pressure to like, oh, I'm gonna set these resolutions, and can we maybe perhaps shift that to just being in an amplified resonance of ourselves, just the way we are and just how we are, instead of feeling that if you're not with it, you want to be anti-New Year or for New Year's. Like, there's still a division there, because so much it's like, I'm not into this, I'm not into that, and then we kind of rebel against it. But what if we just don't do any of that and just actually amplify what we have, what we are? And perhaps that might actually bring us into an experience of more of a grounded self, and just being grounded in ourselves gives us renewal, and also helps us with being more connected, and also help us with healing that separation. So I'm going to guide us into a little bit of a practice that you can use as a guide to do this. And we'll go from there, right? We'll go from there. So let's come into a really comfortable space and place. And on the subject space, creating spaciousness really is really the importance here. Time is the mind, and it's going so fast. The more we become overstimulated, and we're kind of like a very, very distracted. We are not able to really hold our attention span at the way we used to. So, and I tend to really talk much slower and take my time. And a lot of times people are, oh, I can't wait. I gotta go. And what that is, it's just that place in us that feels like it have to run after something that it's not. And it comes from this deep, deep belief that you're not enough, that you're not good enough where you are, that you are in lack and fear in some areas of yourself. So you have to like run and run to the next and run to the next and run to the next, because you're not able to sit. I'm talking about myself too, and this is why I do my practice all day, every day. To sit, because it's really the collective movement. We feel that static. Gotta do, gotta be somewhere, gotta go somewhere. Really? Really? You got it? Okay. But remember, wherever you go, there you are. So spaciousness is the heart. Space and time, right? Time, mind, space is the heart. Spaciousness is really the importance here. When we create that spaciousness more and more, meaning that we have access, we have bandwidth in that spaciousness, then we're connected to so much more support that we can ever actually be connected to or receive or gain just from being in the mind drive, in that really superficial mind drive. So let's create some spaciousness in yourself, in what you are and who you are. So let's get in a really comfortable seat and allow your spine to be erect. It's the most efficient posture. For this practice. And if you have a backrest or some kind of rest in the small of your back, just so that you don't get fatigued. And if you're sitting in the lotus posture, make sure that your hips are a little bit more elevated or higher than your knees. Keep that flow open. If you're in a chair, place your feet on the floor, or so you feel some groundedness. Yeah. And let gravity give you a big hug right here, because you're sitting in Mama's big hug, which I call gravity, right? Or which is called gravity. You can't go that far. Her hug reaches fairly far out. She will always call you back, as long as you're in this body. When you drop the body, it's a different story. Then you can go wherever you want. Okay. So let's come into our hearts. Let's bring our awareness, our attention to the area of the heart. Just like that. Take the elevator down. And just by doing that, it's so simple. These practices are so simple, but because they're so simple, we don't do them because we think we know them. But it's not the knowing of them, it's the experience in them. It's having the experience. It's running the actual energy. Yeah, it's actually riding the energy, fueling your actual body. So let's bring our awareness down, right? Where our attention goes, our energy goes, our life goes. So let's bring our life down to the heart. And while we are here, we just take note on how we feel. And you might feel some settling. You might feel a little tightness. That tightness was already there, but now you're just becoming aware of it. So see if you can soften. Just allow yourself to soften to anything and everything that comes up in the area of the heart. And open up the breath. So let's imagine that we are breathing, or we sense that we are breathing, or intend that you are breathing through the area of the heart. On a count of 6. In breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale through the heart, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time on the count, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so keep that breath going. If you can take a larger breath to 8, great. If it's too much, go to 4. But just find a rhythm that is open enough and that allows you to really come into the area of your heart. Really good. Now, while we are in the area of the heart, when we have a real sense, a real feeling, a real authentic experience in the heart, then here we open up a sense memory or a feeling that we are right now that gives us some relaxation, some comfort, access to your greater self, the dignity of you, the essential mastery of you. You have mastered becoming a human. You're a master, right? Come into the heart with any over feeling of the greater you. You who know who you are. You who knew who you were when you were younger. Who you've always known. Not who other people know you, but the one that you know. And the good and the bad and the ugly, we all have it. We just open up to all of it. No judgment here on ourselves. Just unconditional love to who we are right now without having to be anything else. Be a better version. Better. We are good right here. So feel that. See if you can feel that feeling. And any thoughts or any comments or moods that are coming up right now, just soften to it and just keep coming back to the heart, to the goodness of who and what you are. In the deep, deep wisdom of the heart, we have humility. Humility is the power of the heart, because humility is not weakness. It is the equalizer. Humility is where we meet ourselves as one, because in humility we are all one. We are all equal. We are all here as humans. We all have a heart. We all have desires. We all have needs and wants. But when we come into the heart and soften and open up the breath into the goodness of who and what we are, this is what we want to amplify. This is what we want to touch. This is what we want to pour so much love on. And I'm going to tell you right now, most of you who are sitting here and doing this with me are coming into renewal. Your immune system are improving. Your physiology are coming into balance. And you're having good hormones being released without any outside stimuli. Your nervous system is coming into a state of more harmony. And your overall being is becoming more efficient. Efficient in what? Efficient in moving the flow of your vital energy, of your vital source. Your vitality can move a little bit more unobstructed, so that the goodness of you can be the goodness of you throughout this whole day. That it stays with you like a dew on your skin. Now, if it's a word, if you're coming to the heart and just intend for the goodness, it can actually be a word, or it could be a song, or it could be an image, or it could be a color. Whatever the object of that activates the actual feeling, whatever that object is fine, as long as it generates a feeling, a tonality of ease. Goodness can be just ease. Now imagine now that this feeling, if you have a feeling in the being, that you are radiating this being feeling out from your heart or this color or this image out to every nook and cranny in your body. So if it's a color, imagine the color just flowing, streaming, radiating out from your heart to all over your body. The back body, the side body, the joints, your arms, your legs, your nose, your ears, everywhere. And your organs, just lighting up. Where your attention goes, life goes. And the energy that you are amplifying will govern how this life goes. And allow yourself to just radiate. If it's an image, spread that image. It could be happy faces, little happy faces. Spread those happy faces all over. See those happy faces on every cell, every tissue, every organ, every system in your body, every nook and cranny. Just spread that. Just imagine yourself full of these little happy faces coming out of your heart. Just infinite flow, like a shower. Just flowing, just happy faces. And keep breathing into the being of you. And remember, anything and everything that comes up to the surface is welcomed here. Just soften to it. Remember, wherever you are, there you are. So here we are in the goodness of this amplified field, this heart field. And we come back to the heart. And we say thank you. And for this new year, every day is a new beginning. Every day we wake up and open our eyes is a new beginning. And if we can start every day touching base camp, the goodness of who we are, and letting that radiate out into the wholeness of our being, so our whole being can be reminded over and over again of the goodness and the mastery of being a person, being whole just the way you are. You didn't come here to save the world or save anyone. You came here to learn how to love, and we are still learning how to love and be love and spread that love and compassion into the world. That's it. And what it looks like, it has infinite expressions. So we call upon our greater self, and we surrender our wants and needs because our greater selves knows it. We surrender our ignorance and our arrogance, of the human being that we are to the greater selves, for our deepest healing and our highest expression as love. So much love here. I wish you a very, very new and happy and safe and grounded and heart-centered new day, new year. Please simmer a little bit where you are if you have access to spaciousness of your goodness. Allow yourself to just simmer from now on. And listen to the goodness of your heart. And have the courage to follow. So much love. Ombute Devi.